Hey guys, it's windy. I hope I can make it through this video and you can actually hear it. Anyway, I don't want to stay on here too long, and I'm probably beating this drum to death. But I wanted to speak about, I guess you would call it Kamala Harris's strategy this past week in revving up support for her campaign. I do have some notes. I don't think I'm going to look at all these today. They're too long. The last video was so long, and then it has a difficult time. It just takes too long to upload it. But anyway, what did I want to talk about? And I'm going to use this to guide me because, like I said, there are a lot of notes here. I'm going to title this video Pillars of the Week because these three women that I'm going to speak about were the pillars in, they were supporting Harris's campaign this week. It is Oprah, Gwen Waltz, I believe her name is, and of course Hillary Clinton. I'm sure it was their strategy. And then I kind of want to talk about why I don't think that it will work. I'm sorry. It was just so bad. I'm laughing because it was so bad. I heard little bits and pieces here and there. And then when, my life is really busy. So I went at the end of the week to go back and, re-listen to things that I had missed because I'm so busy. And it was a train wreck. It was an actual train wreck. I don't want to talk about what I heard other people talking about, which is the obvious that it was a train wreck. I think, okay, so let me look at my notes. Oprah Winfrey had a town hall interview on September 19th, I believe. Gwen Waltz was in Wisconsin on September 15th, I believe. And on September 17th, Hillary Clinton was supposedly doing a press tour for her book, which I don't remember the name of. And that's fine by me. So, the funny thing that happens to me sometimes is when these characters are on stage is that I actually get theme songs for certain people. I don't know if that's just because I'm weird, or if it's just because I think in music a lot. So, I actually don't have a theme song for Kamala Harris yet, but what came up was Oprah Winfrey's theme song. I was thinking The Wiz. Yes, it was The Wiz. In The Wiz, when the Wicked Witch of the West dies, and everyone starts singing, you know, can you feel the brand new day? Because they're so happy that she died. And then it was, oh gosh, with Hillary. Sorry, Hillary. I hear the theme movie. I think it's called Warcraft, and it goes dump, 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 da 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 da, right? I just feel when Hillary starts speaking that she's going to use her fell magic and take my soul. And then I don't really know enough about Gwen Waltz, but what I heard was not a theme song, but I got a vision of a movie. I want you guys to go watch this movie if you haven't seen it already. And if you have seen it, but you just need a reminder, I want you to go to something called the Snow... No. It's Snowpiercer. The movie is Snowpiercer, but the scene is called The School Carriage. The School Carriage scene. And yes, Allison Pill was the teacher in that scene, and Tilda Swinton is the minister. And she's so villainous in that movie. Anyway, so I knew that when these theme songs were coming to my mind in this vision of this movie that I had seen years ago, which, yes, it is a dystopian movie set on a train that has to keep going around the world because the world has frozen over due to global warming. And then on the train is the tail section of the train where, the poorer people have to sit versus the front of the train, which is elite. And you can probably guess what happens in this movie. The tail section gets tired of it, and they commence to moving up to the elite section of the train. I don't want to tell you the movie, but there is this one scene in this movie with there's great scenes in this movie, but one where the elite students are learning from a teacher on how they are better and different than the tail section kids. And the way Gwen Waltz was having people repeat after her message of turning the page, and the tone that she used reminded me of that Snowpiercer movie. It was actually very scary. It was very scary. But anyway, so after the, those were my initial feelings. Then I went back and watched Oprah's, whatever you want to call that, interview. Is that what it was? I don't really have much to say about it, other than I can reduce it to who spoke first, which was Oprah, and then she used celebrities to speak first before regular people got to ask questions. And then when the questions were asked, Kamala Harris did not actually give direct, decisive answers. Okay? I also noticed that, yeah, so understand that. Oprah came out to amp the crowd up. There were many people with stars in their eyes, and there were many celebrities. Um, they spoke first, the celebrities did. Then the interview took place, okay? Um, Gwen Waltz was in Wisconsin telling people that they need to turn the page, and then she was pantomiming it and wanted them to repeat after her several times in a tone that sounded like she was a first grade teacher. And then Hillary Clinton did her interview with Rachel Maddow to promote her book. However, I believe she only mentioned the name of her book one time, and then she actually really didn't talk about her book. It was all a setup to talk about how Donald Trump is a bad person, and how a bad candidate, and how Russia has its tentacles on just everyday Americans. You can't make it up. You can't make it up, guys. So anyway, after going back and listening to everything, why I figured that besides the music and the movie associations that kind of guide me as to why I should be scared, we also have logical fallacies. So, like I said, Oprah Winfrey using celebrities to as a way to appeal to celebrities. So we're supposed to listen to her because celebrities are there, and if we put them up on a pedestal, then surely they must be right, right? What did I write about that? Positive feelings without upward mobility is fraudulent. That's what my notes say. Just having the feeling of joy before I know what someone's going to do, and just because a celebrity is present, does not mean that any accommodations have been made in my life to help it to go upward and be improved. Okay? That is a logical fallacy. Okay. Gwen Waltz. This was funny because I guess she did her thing on September 15th, and what I'll call it is crazy. She did her crazy time on September 15th, and then Hillary spoke on September 17th. But what was funny was that on September 15th, Hillary Clinton was accusing people of parroting Russian propaganda. Why this is funny is because just a couple days earlier, Gwen Waltz was literally inducing a crowd of people to act like parrots. She was having them repeat after her turn the page. What are we going to do? We're going to turn the page. Now, those of us who, like I said, write poetry and know that that repetition is used to really, emphasize a point. I told you earlier in a different video that's called anaphora. But also those of us who had experience with people who have learning disabilities, and I have experience with that, know that what she was doing was basically having her crowd engage in echolalia. That's what that was. Immediate echolalia. Okay? Um, it was awful. What I wrote about that. Telling ourselves something without meaning and repeating it over does not make us embrace the meaning. It makes us just better at repeating. It fell short and it was cringy. Okay? Um, so, yes, Hillary Clinton, the last one. I guess we should say save the best for last in her case. I believe she is the smartest woman of the three. That's just an opinion. And that's based on how long she's been in politics and her experience as a mother, her experience as a wife, her experience as Secretary of State, her experience heading different. I think she had a department for Bill Clinton when he was the governor of Arkansas. She has lots of experience in different departments. But even she failed in her terrible interview with Rachel Maddow because she used a lot of appealing to authority. Now, go back a second. I just told you what her experiences were. And yes, those experiences could be respected. If we were talking about somebody who doesn't undermine herself when she speaks. So, this is what I noticed. First of all, when Rachel Maddow was trying to drive the point home that Donald Trump was engaging in terrible activity by saying that, you know, that illegal immigrants are eating animals. This was in reference to the Haitians. Rachel Maddow brought that up to Hillary. And what I noticed was that Hillary Clinton couldn't even say Haitians. She couldn't even say Haiti. I'm sure she said Haiti many times because she has a long history with them. I read that she had her honeymoon there. And then what came up into my mind, and I had to go reread, but what automatically came up into my mind once she refused to say the word Haiti, and a little ping went off, like it was difficult for her to say, is because her history and Bill Clinton's history with Haiti is deplorable. I was thinking of rice. That's what I was thinking. In the 90s, Bill Clinton, because I had read about this story years ago, Bill Clinton had asked the Haitians, or requested or put in or whatever he did when he was in office as president. After he had 10 years as a governor, I believe, but as president, had the Haitians, he had them lower the tariffs on rice. So what happened was they were importing rice from America. But guess where it was from? Guess. His home state. It was from Arkansas. Okay? Which was benefiting who? Who? His home state. And then it was leaving the Haitians economically disadvantaged because a lot of their land had dried up. They didn't have farmers to farm it. They were getting the the rice imported so cheaply that it had undermined the farmers that were growing their own rice in Haiti. And it left them later on starving in their land, messed up. He apologized for this later on. Of course, it was way after his own state had benefited from those lower tariffs. Okay? They were starving over there because of that low tariff bill that he had passed. What else did they do? Remember was it the hurricane? Yes, here's an article. This article is called How the Clintons Robbed and Destroyed Haiti. It is written by Takutsa Chiwanza. It was written on February 18th, 2020. Okay. Why I'm bringing this up, sorry about that, guys, that's a loud truck. Why I'm bringing this up is because on the Rachel Maddow show, and then Kamala herself, and then Oprah Winfrey, they keep bringing up this fact that the Haitians are being treated poorly, and they are being put into dangerous circumstances because of the words of somebody else. But what they fail to bring up, they being Kamala Harris, Gwen Waltz, Hillary Clinton herself, is that Hillary Clinton actually put laws into place. Her husband put laws into place. They were on a committee right after the earthquake in, 2010? Either way, Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton were on a commission that was supposed to give the aid to the Haitians. And I think a park was built, and then no further development was made. And the aid that was given was in the billions, but the park that was made was in the millions. If anybody has hurt Haitians more, it would be how the Clintons had put them into poverty. Now let's go back even further, because we're on good terms with the French, right? Even before the Clintons honeymooned in Haiti in the 70s, I believe it was 1975. We know that Haiti was a colony of France, right? And when they wanted to be independent in 1825, they couldn't be unless the condition was with France that they had to pay, which would be the equivalent of, they had to pay $22 billion in today's money to be free of France. They paid that until 1947. Those are our friends, are they not? So, what is my point? My point is that this three-pronged strategy with these women that are supposed to be the pillars, we cannot, those of us who use our brains, cannot yield to your authority, because the history tells us something else than what you're saying. The history says, okay, I guess this is one of those moments where I'm supposed to turn the page, right? I'm supposed to turn the page on us being good with the French. I'm supposed to turn the page on how the Haitians were just driven into poverty because the Clintons wanted to develop the land over there and force them to work at really bad wages in their clothing garments. I'm supposed to ignore the fact that many people believe that Hillary Clinton enriched herself for her campaign against Donald Trump by taking money from the Haitians that were donations. Now that's alleged, but investigation was not pursued. Let's just put it that way. I'm supposed to ignore the fact that Oprah Winfrey wants us to think that the thoughts of celebrities are more important than our own thoughts in the history written in books. Let us have empathy for people that's real. Let's have real empathy, not fake empathy. If we really feel bad for Haitians, Like that adage says, I'm probably going to mess it up, but it's something about teach a man to fish, and then he can fish for life. Don't just hand him the fish, the one fish, okay? If we if we did that with the Haitians, would they be coming over here in the first place? Hillary undermines her whole strategy. All you have to do is read the history and look at the moves that Bill Clinton and Hillary made in Haiti and look at the aftermath. And you can see whether you should feel upset about Donald Trump saying something not great, okay? And what many people think incites violence. But when you do that, make sure you look at what Hillary Clinton did to the Haitian people by just driving them further into poverty. And you tell me if poverty is not violent. You tell me that. They were doing this since the 90s. We are now that earthquake was in 2010 or 11, and they're coming over here now. You can't look at one without looking at the other. And if you do, you are an initiate. And you know what you've been initiated into. You are not thinking independently, okay? Okay. I'm going to turn the page. The end. Bye.